Well, happy Monday evening here in central Wisconsin. It is girls basketball here on Zaleski Sports. Just about to get started. About 4 minutes left on the warm-up clock as we're going to kick off this Monday night matchup between the Wausau East Lumberjacks and the Newman Catholic Fighting Cardinals here on Zaleski Sports. My name's Connor Philippi. Thank you so much for tuning into this one. Should be a good evenly matched contest here tonight between two teams hoping to get some positive momentum going in the later part of the season. As we take a look at both of these two teams, the Wausau East Lumberjacks, they are 2 of their last 5 games. They won against Tomahawk before losing their most recent one against Stevens Point. Of course, Stevens Point ranks 7th in the state in their division, so that was a very difficult one. They're trying to shake off that one, but coming off of that impressive 19-point win versus Tomahawk, that's the kind of momentum they're trying to build off of. In the Wisconsin Valley standings, they are struggling so far this season, still trying to get that first victory within the conference. They're 3-12 overall, so this is a year where they're trying to just continue to build up those skill sets and just get off to a good finish off to this season. And you never know what can happen after that point. Alba Sanchez Garcia currently leads the team in points, followed by Elise Whetstone and Olivia Ocon. 2 of those 3 leading scorers are freshmen, so this is a young and hungry team looking to continue to build and grow and get better in the later parts of this season. Jennifer Stout leading this leading this coaching staff for this Wausau East team. As for the Newman Catholic Cardinals, they are on a 4-game losing streak, trying to get back on track themselves. Beat Chequamegon 50-39 for losing a few to some very good teams, to be fair. Lost to the number 1 St. Mary Catholic team, a very good Marathon team they lost to by only 2, then an Auburndale team and a Stratford team. Auburndale being 8-4, 12-7 overall, and then Stratford being the leader in the Merriwood South. So again, 4 losses in a row, but all of those teams are good teams that they had to face. So they're just trying to get back on track here as they have another tough one coming up in a couple days against Assumption. So they are just trying to get back to what they know how to do here and get back to their brand of basketball. Aubrey Pent, the junior, leads the team in points per game. Claire Bodenheimer and Brianna Schultz behind her. Alexis Glenicki leads the team in rebounds. Aubrey Pent also leading in assists for this Newman Catholic team. Interesting, these two teams kind of struggling in a couple different facets. As Newman Catholic trying to just get better on offense in general. They've scored only 36 points per game in their last 5. Again, it's a sample size you have to keep in mind how many good teams they played in that stretch, but still trying to get more points on the board in this game. As for Wausau East, they have been scoring 49.8, so almost 50 points per game, but they've been allowing almost 58 points per game. Of course, important to note also with that metric that they just played a very good Spash team as well. So there's obviously give and take with that, but both teams kind of trying to improve in different facets in this game. But we thank you again for tuning in here to Zaleski Sports. About 30 seconds before we get things started. Taking a look here at the Division 5 top 10. Elva Strum, as always, currently sitting at 1. They're 18-0. Pacelli at 2. Argyle Pecatonica, moved up 4 spots up to 3. Webster moving down 1 spot to 4. And Blair Taylor 6 spots all the way up into the top 10 and into the 5th spot. We'll continue to go over some of these rankings as we continue on throughout the game, but let's turn things over to the PA and get you these starting lineups and the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Newman Catholic High School for a crosstown matchup between the Wausau East Lumberjacks and your home team, Newman Catholic Cardinals. At this time, we ask for all those who are able to please rise and remove your hats for the blessing and our national anthem. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this contest, we ask you to bless these athletes, keep them safe from injury and harm, and instill in them respect for each other and reward them for their perseverance. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask you to remain standing, remove your hats, and place your hand over your heart for the playing of the national anthem. Newman Catholic High School, Wausau High School, and WIAA require good sportsmanship and education-based interscholastic events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. And here's tonight's starting lineup for the Wausau East Lumberjacks. Freshman 0, Olivia Acone. Freshman number 4, Maggie Kettleson. Senior number 11, Evelyn Tomey. Senior number 15, Alba Sanchez Garcia. And freshman number 22, Elise Wetson. The Lumberjacks are coached by Jennifer Stout. And now the starting lineup for the Newman Catholic Cardinals. A sophomore, number 5, Claire Bodenheimer. Senior, number 21, Mallory Roswadowski. Senior, number 23, Brianna Schultz. Junior, number 30, Aubrey Pent. And a senior, number 42, Lexi Glenecki. The Cardinals are coached by Katie.
Without further ado, nothing left to do here but tip things off from Newman Catholic. Today's starting lineups were presented by Ted Fox, Certified Financial Planner. Thank you, Ted Fox, a proud Newman basketball parent, and again, Certified Financial Planner. One of 6 games here on this Monday evening. Not as frequent to have games on Mondays as other days of the week, but happy to be with you here. One of the first games in February. Ready or not, here we go as Wausau East starts off with possession. Sanchez Garcia will start off with it. She's a senior for this Wausau East team, one of 4 seniors on this roster. Like I mentioned, a lot of freshmen, as this one is in. A nice put in there by Olivia Cohn. She's another freshman for this Wausau East team. We have 3 of these starting 5 for Wausau East are freshmen, as Glenecki is able to get that possession back, swung it up top, 3 is up, and good. There from Claire Bodenheimer, the sophomore, 5'9" for Newman Catholic. She definitely can shoot it from beyond the arc, and she has been all season. When she gets that much space, she's going to pop them even more. Here's a 3 the other way. That one is good. Sanchez Garcia, the top scorer for Wausau East, gets on the board, and it's 5-3 early. Long 2 is up, and this one does bounce off. Cone with the rebound. Quickly down the other way, and the and one. Early scoring here for Wausau East. Headed to the line after the 2 is Kettleson. She's going to try and make it 3.
Foul is on Roswadowski, that's her first.
This one stays off, so still a 2-point play, but 10 points scored in just over a minute to start things off here. Glenecki with a feed in as Schultz gets that one poked away from her. West Zone was the one to get that one away. She puts up the 3. That one bouncing just off, and it's like they're going to say that hit something up there, and it'll be an automatic possession back to Newman Catholic. Looked like they were going to come down with the rebound either way. Katie Gitch, the head coach of this Newman Catholic team. And again, like I said earlier, Jennifer Stout heading up these Wausau East girls. And this one gets poked away, ends up in the hands of Evelyn Tomey. Up top here, Whetstone gets a little bit of space, works it back out to Sanchez Garcia, and now the feed in, and another and one. Olivia Cohn now puts in the 2. She's got the and 1. Second foul now of the game, of course, for Newman Catholic. Already 4 points for Cohn. And make that 5 now. 10-3 lead early here for Wausau East. That foul that time was on Brianna Schultz. So 1 for her, 1 from Roz Wadowski so far in this one. As driving in is Aubrey Pent. She can't quite get it off the glass. Rebounded there by Evelyn Tomey. And you certainly see the height advantage underneath the basket for Wausau East as that one's fed in and put in there for 2. Just like that, all but one player on the Wausau East starting 5 has already scored. And a timeout prompted there by Katie Gitch as we'll take a step away and be back here. Full timeout here on Zaleski Sports.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment Professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
I knew I wanted to start an agency that honored those small town values like relationships and service. Our mission is to sell insurance ethically and with integrity to protect our clients' needs today, tomorrow, and in the future.
Not everybody has insurance, and it's a good day when I can help give peace of mind.
Working with Access Insurance, we are a team, so you don't just get one of us, you get all 4 of us. Access Insurance Agency, our business revolves around you.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Early 12-3 deficit here for Newman Catholic trying to work out of. Offense has been rolling so far for this Lumberjack team. Up top, around Pent, fakes the 3-point shot. Back around Bodenheimer, she will travel, trying to make her way to the basket. Sanchez Garcia taking it down here for the Lumberjacks. She's got 3 already in this one. 3-pointer is up from the top of the key. That one doesn't fall. Rebounded though. And a multitude of Cardinals around her to prompt the jump ball. That will send things back the Cardinals' way. And one of 6 games going on here on Zaleski Sports tonight. We'll give you updates at halftime with those games. 3-point shot is up. Aubrey Pence gets it to go. Her first points of the night as Newman Catholic breaks their scoring drought that had gone on for just about 2.5 minutes, and now Aubrey Pence steals it away. She tries to cut back and then is able to poke it away for a second. It'll be a jump ball and Wausau East will get it back. So a good effort there by Aubrey Pent trying to steal it, but just getting a little too overzealous with that crossover, trying to get an easy lane to the basket and loses it. A few subs coming in here for Wausau East. Looks like it's going to be Haley Bass, Layla Hanish, excuse me, and also Addison Stumpner. Bass is a senior. The other 2 freshmen for the Lumberjacks is Stumpner will hand it off. The 3 doesn't fall. And then it is rebounded there. Wide open is Bodenheimer. Had to slow down a little bit to get to it and then can't quite get the shot because of it. If it had been a little bit more on the mark, would have been an easy layup. As this one's off the mark, Wienecki gets the rebound. Bodenheimer will stop for a second, hand things to Pence. This one gets forced all the way back. Roz Wadowski with the feed. Wienecki can't quite get the and 1. But she will head to the line. Down 6 here. 14:24 to go on the NTC scoreboard. First free throw is nothing but net. That foul was on Hainish, who just came in off the bench. It's the first foul of the game for Wausau East, as this one goes as well. So 2 points off the foul. Free throw shooting will be big in this kind of a game. Wanting to get as many points on the board, especially the way Wausau East has played so far on this end of the floor. Quick movement along the perimeter. Trying to cut it back in. Glenecki tries to pick the pocket, and then that one is going to be out of bounds. Newman Catholic ball. Glenecki with the nice defense on that one. One thing about this Newman Catholic team you'll notice throughout the game is there isn't one player ever that steals the spotlight. Every player contributes in their own way, as this one is fed in nicely. Aubrey Pent gets it to go. She's got 5 so far on the night. Into the corner, three-pointer is up, off the mark. Wausau East shooting and offense in general a little bit cold these last few minutes, and that's what you call a perfectly called timeout by Katie Gitch. Trying to get her team back and just kind of stifle the momentum as well, as this is fed into Bodenheimer. She can't quite get that one off the contact. Back now, Stumpner, and a deep three is taken, not quite there. These are good shots Wausau East is taking these last few minutes, not really throwing up prayers or anything like that. They're throwing up good, high percentage shots, just can't quite get them to go. Pent, not sure if that one was tipped or if it was just defended to force it, and it will get tipped. That's what I figured it was. You know, every once in a while you do just kind of misjudge the shot, especially when you're fading back like that, but that one looks just way too weak of a shot for it to not have been tipped, and so they will eventually rule it tipped, and Schultz will throw it in from the baseline. Fed into Pent. She tries to go up with that one. Can't quite get it, and the rebound eventually fought for, and Kettleson wins it. Quick back the other way. It's fed in by Kettleson to Ocon. Ocon, and she gets it to go. That's now, I believe, 7 on the night for her. This one's up and good the other way. Rozwadowski gets that one to go for 3. And just like that, Newman Catholic is right there with Wausau East. I think there might be a little bit of a mistake there with the scoreboard. I think that 2 should have gone to Wausau East. If I'm not mistaken, it should be 14-13. As Wausau East was sitting on 12 points for a while. And so the 14's now up for Wausau East. Three-pointer is up and no good. Trying to wrestle that one away. It's going to be another jump ball. Good effort there by Whetstone to force that possession arrow. And it does indeed change back to 14-13. But still, far cry from when it was 12-3 before that timeout was taken. That's a 10-2 point swing since then, as this one is up and good from Claire Bodenheimer. And just like that, the Cardinals have the lead. Make that a 12-2 swing since that timeout, as this is going to be an offensive foul. As thankfully getting back up there was Aubrey Pent, and the Cardinals bench was excited about that one. Just under 12 to go here on the NTC scoreboard. Momentum has completely swung. But feel like Jennifer Stout might elect to call a timeout pretty soon here for Wausau East now. Both teams located out of Wausau, so we have a good crowd from close by. As this one is driven in, Schultz is going to draw the foul there. Never put up a shot, so it'll be thrown in from the baseline here. That'll be first against Ocon. Shot is up from the elbow, and it's good. Claire Bodenheimer is on a roll so far here tonight. She's got 7 now so far this evening. Into the corner, trying to feed that one up, and that one is knocked away. This time it goes, and they're going to call the end one on that one. Tomi, just so difficult when she uses that wingspan, puts up that shot above her head the way she does. That one is up and good. So we are all knotted up here at 17 with 11:15 to go in the first half. Good competitive fight so far as this one's off the backboard, no good. Rebounded there by Kettleson. She goes quickly back with it, and then she will treat it back out for a three-point shot. Just off the mark, the putback rattles just out. Third chance off the bottom of the rim, and then finally fighting for it is Bodenheimer, but now she's under a lot of pressure, and eventually a jump ball will be called. So back with Wausau East on the possession change. That technically makes it their fourth straight opportunity here after a couple of rebounds. Avery Kupke is in the game now for Newman Catholic, a sophomore, 5'9". As this will be called a foul. Newman Catholic, a fairly young team themselves. They have 5 seniors on their team, and all the rest are sophomores. So when we get to a couple years in the future here, there's going to be a lot of seniority on this Newman Catholic team. And that's kind of the chemistry they're trying to build up as time goes on here. As this one's stolen away. Putting this one up from the free throw line. That is good. That is a cone. The freshman's got now 9 points on the night. Into the corner here, Kupke drives in, puts up the floater. That one just off. Blanecki fights for it. And these two teams have done a good job of forcing those jump balls to win back possessions. As coming in for Wausau East, I believe that is going to be Stumpner coming back in, as she'll be replacing Kettleson. Lillian Bodenheimer is in the game. As Schultz sends it away to Rozwadowski. Now a three-pointer from the top, no good. The putback, though, does fall. Brianna Schultz is the one with that one. Ten minutes left to go in the first, as this one is just off the mark. And it will stay with Wausau East. We're knotted up at 19. There was just a couple minutes where starting to feel like it would maybe turn into a slightly different game. 12-3. Timeout taken by Katie Gitch, and then ever since then, Newman Catholic came storming back, and then it's been kind of back and forth since it was tied up. Newman Catholic wins back that possession. We've seen a lot of those situations, ball getting tangled up between players, and it's been a physical battle so far, 3 fouls apiece. Three-point shot again for Bodenheimer. This one banks in. Claire Bodenheimer. She's got double-digit points on the night with 10 so far. Only halfway through this first half. Long two is taken, that one off the mark. Throwing this one back in, but it'll find Lillian Bodenheimer. And throughout the night, I'll do my best to differentiate between those two. Pent working with it here, feeding it into Bodenheimer. She puts up the shot, that one off the mark. Rebounded there by Whetstone. Putting up that 2 from mid-range, and it's good. Stumpner. That's her first points of the night. And it's back to a 1-point game now, 8:45 to go here on the NTC scoreboard. Pent puts up the shot, that one just off the mark. Into the corner here, taking the three. That one just off. And Bodenheimer gets to it first. Into the corner here, Lillian Bodenheimer. Swung around. Aubrey Pent now up top. Putting up the shot. That one doesn't quite go. Back the other way. Can't quite get the and one, but two straight trips to the line. Fourth foul of the half for Newman Catholic. And they'll get Bodenheimer on this one, so still one apiece for all the Newman Catholic players. No one even close to any sort of trouble yet. As it's tied back up by Wausau East. Glenecki coming back into the game, Kupke as well. As it's going to be Bodenheimer, both Lillian and Claire Bodenheimer on the bench. I like to think I'm getting a little bit better at that as the season's gone on, and especially on the boys' side. We have Addison Pent and Aubrey Pent here for the girls. This one is up and drained. Mallory Rozwadowski with a three-point shot to make it a three-point game again for Newman Catholic. And this one off the East player and out of bounds. Finish that point. Interesting how it's such a family affair here, especially in this area of Wisconsin. You see a lot of different players with similar last names, but for Newman Catholic, like I said, Addison Pent and Aubrey Pent for the girls' side. And then it is Griffin Pent, Damian Pent, and Everett Pent. All of them on the boys' side. Talk about pedigree there, as this one is off the mark, or excuse me, knocked away, I should say, and it's going to be off of Wausau East. Throwing up coming here off of Brianna Schultz. 7:31 to go in the first half. As this one's in to Kopke, and now up top, faking the three, driving in is Rozwadowski, puts up the floater, that one rolls out, the putback, also no good. Glenecki fights for it, and she will pick up the foul. Newman Catholic with a chance to get up by multiple possessions for the first time in this game. As Glenecki nailed her first two free throws. And this one is good. And that one off the front of the rim, and have to feel like that maybe is partly my fault with that announcer's jinx. Should have learned by now not to say things like that. This one's rebounded by Pent, quickly back the other way. She's under pressure, and it's like they're going to say she stepped out of bounds trying to shuffle away. Sanchez Garcia takes it past the timeline. Wausau East down 4. Into the corner, now taking the three, just rolling off. And that one will be out of bounds off Wausau East. A good hustle that time from Sanchez Garcia. But couldn't quite get to it before stepping out of bounds. Aubrey Pent gets it across. Trying to get this one into Glenecki. She somehow was able to keep it in. Then the three-point shot was a little bit rushed there, as it will go back Wausau East way. Kind of a wonky play there, as Glenecki was somehow able to tip that one out of the air, but then just kind of the pressure honing in on that ball just kind of prompted a little bit of an off-balance shot. Addison Pent coming back in here, as well as Claire Bodenheimer, the top point scorer for either team so far here tonight. She's got 10. Couple different three-point shots included in that. Three now up, just bouncing off there from Sanchez Garcia. Closing in on the last 6 minutes here in the first half. Up top here, Kopke puts up the shot, that one bouncing off. Sanchez Garcia with nice eyes down the court. Can't quite lay it in on the other end though. She found Addison Stumpner, excuse me. Well defended there. That's why you hustle to that ball. It just puts up a more rush shot, even if it is a layup attempt. Just gives that player more things to think about. As this one is faked in, now up top. Lillian Bodenheimer, it rolls off the front of the rim, trying to tip that one back in. Was Kopke, but it goes to West Zone. And then it's going to be thrown away and grabbed by Kopke. Up top, three is up from Aubrey Pent. Can't quite get that one as a Cone gets the rebound. Fed in under the basket. Glenecki defends that one well. Winds up in the hands of Claire Bodenheimer. And a timeout is going to be called, a 30-second timeout from Gitch. So we'll go away quickly here and be right back. Girls basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Quick look here at some of the top teams in Division II. Whitefish Bay has been holding on to that spot for quite a while. They're at 16-2. Rice Lake is at second. Beaver Dam moving up 6 to make that 4th spot, as this one is up and good. And that one was Schultz that got that one to go. That's 4 for her on the night. We'll continue to give you more of those top 10 rankings as we get close to the end of the season here. As we go on here tonight, Glenecki gets the rebound off that missed shot. Newman Catholic's been doing a much better job of defending and challenging some of those shots ever since they got down by that 9-point deficit early on. Up top here, getting it back around to Addison Pent. She was under pressure, but got it around to Glenecki. Coming up on 4 to go here in the first half on the NTC scoreboard, and it's going to be a foul called here, the 5th one of the half against Wausau East.
Fouls on Lumberjacks number 15, Garcia.
They're going to get Sanchez Garcia her first, so neither team has had a player with more than one foul so far in this one. As this one is a floater that hits the front of the rim. It is eventually rebounded, actually a jump ball. And so it will still go Wausau East way, but that possession arrow ticks. As both teams still continue to not give up on any possession. There's been a lot of those jump balls here tonight if you're just joining us. 3-point shot from the corner, that one off the mark. Kettleson gets the rebound, the 3 is up, just off again. Wausau East been getting some 2 and maybe even 3 times on their end of the court. Can't get it to go as this one doesn't go. Both teams coming up a little bit dry these last couple minutes. Kettleson gets that one poked away, but it's off of Kopke out of bounds. And coming up in the halftime break, about 3 minutes to go until the first, we'll break down the 5 other matchups that are happening throughout Central Wisconsin on Zaleski Sports. They're being streamed here tonight. Driving in, that one just bouncing off as Glenecki is able to get that rebound. Brianna Schultz will lose that one as it's poked away there. Looks like it was Sanchez Garcia that got that one stripped. And now taking the 3, just rattling off from West Zone. Bodenheimer now drives in, now back to Glenecki. See her every once in a while will try and pop a 3. This time she doesn't, as that one gets defended there nicely by Cone. Up top here, thinking about that three, but passing it out to Sanchez Garcia. She drives, and then the putback also does not fall. It's going to be off of Wausau East. That was a big factor for Newman Catholic. A good majority of the points that led to them being down by 9 early were some of those situations where specifically Evelyn Tomey, but a couple other players under the basket were really having their way in the paint. And Newman Catholic's been defending those a lot more nicely without giving up any fouls as well, which is impressive. This time they missed the shot. It's been 28-22 for a while here. As this one goes up, doesn't fall. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Abby Pent trying to break that drought here. Gonna pick up the pick, feeds it into Glenecki. That one pokes off. Kopke gets it back in. And now back up top, Brianna Schultz and Bodenheimer now with it. Good hustle for the offensive rebound. The three is drained by Aubrey Pent. And those are those plays that get you excited as a head coach for Katie Gitch to see the hustle for the rebound that set all of that up. Three the other way, just off the mark. Rebounded by Aubrey Pent just like that. It's a 9-point game here with 1:20 left to go. Glenecki under the basket, and before she can put that one up, a foul is going to be called. And it looks like that one will be thrown under the basket. 6th foul, so the next one off of Wausau East is going to be 1-and-1s for the Cardinals, as Brianna Schultz will get ready to throw it in. That will be the first player with more than one foul in the half. That's the second for Tomey. As two different Newman Catholic players go to the ground there. Glenecki is able to get to it because it was poked away. It's not an over and back, and Newman Catholic keeps possession. Good to see both players get up okay, and sure they are at least a little bit bruised after that one, but at least not injured, as this one is floated up and good from Avery Kopke. Double-digit lead all of a sudden for Newman Catholic. This one gets poked away by Glenecki into the hands of Bodenheimer, and now Aubrey Pent takes it down with 45 seconds to go in the first. She gets the pick, swung around to Schultz. Schultz will get another pick here, and now it's back up top to Glenecki. See if Newman Catholic just holds all the way through to the end of the first half and getting the last shot. They've held all the momentum the last part of this half, and this one is floated up and good from Brianna Schultz. That's an underrated shot there. Very difficult to get that one up. As now the last 6 seconds tick away, getting this one up top. 3-point shot is taken, just off the mark. No shot there. Newman Catholic found themselves down 9 after the first minute and a half of play. After that timeout was taken by them, they came back with a fury. It was pretty even for a while. Then the last 4 or 5 minutes, Newman Catholic really came away. And just like that, they're up by 13 at the half. So we're going to take a break here, about a 10-minute halftime break, but about halfway through there, about 4 or 5 minutes left on the halftime clock. We'll come back, break down some of the other games happening around central Wisconsin, talk about what both of these two teams need to try and do to take home this victory here tonight. But again, we thank you for watching here on Zaleski Sports. It's girls basketball hitting halftime here from Newman Catholic.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Protect your ride from the elements with Tommy's Express Car Wash. Our top wash, The Works, is engineered with 14 steps to keep your car clean, whatever the weather. The Works includes detox pre-wash, removing the grime right from the start, seal in the shine with ceramic body wax, and defend against the elements with Tommy Guard. And don't forget to complete the clean with our vacuums and mat washers. Sign up now and wash unlimited at Tommy's Express.
Take your education out of the classroom and give new spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
The first tube was bent in 1968 back in a garage by our house. Shortly after that, we moved into a rented space in a machine shop.
Moving into this building in 2000 at 90,000 square feet.
So right now we sit at 165,000 square feet.
150 employees. Every day we look at how grateful we are to be where we are, but we never forget where we started. Here at J&D Tube Benders, we're a full custom hydraulic tube manufacturer. We can do anything from their simple bent tube component to a fully welded assembly.
At Nicolet Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicoletbank.com. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Elite Auto Care on Schofield Avenue in Weston offers the best in automotive care and repair. This locally owned and operated repair group features a full staff of ASE certified technicians. They are ready to handle all major and minor repairs to get you back on the road. For any make, any model vehicle, look to Elite Auto Care for repairs. From general maintenance and preventative care like oil changes and tire rotations, to those more challenging issues like air conditioning, brakes, and engine issues. Elite Auto also offers a full selection of tires to fit your vehicle needs. For your next auto needs, turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business, on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
Abbey Bank. They make banking about you. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
For the very best in craftsmanship and innovative construction, put your trust in Scherer Construction. You'll see their work when you drop your kids at school, visit the public library, drive past the fire station, or even in the industrial park. Scherer Construction has helped countless homeowners with bringing their dreams to life, and hundreds of businesses create beautiful facilities that make our communities shine all throughout Wisconsin. For your next residential, commercial, municipal, or educational construction project, join the countless others who have put their faith in Scherer Construction. Find their location right here in Wausau or online at schererconstruction.com.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that looked for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Well, welcome back here. About 3.5 to go here until we start off the second half between Newman Catholic Cardinals and Wausau East for girls basketball here on Zaleski Sports. Connor Philby with you again. And before we get to how this game has been going so far, we'd like to remind you this halftime report presented by Ted Fox, Certified Financial Planner. Thank you, Ted Fox, proud Newman basketball parent, and again, Certified Financial Planner. And we'll also take you to a couple of these games going on throughout central Wisconsin. Colby and Stratford boys basketball currently 20-19 at the halftime break. A very good one, the game of the week here on Zaleski Sports. Got the whole crew out for that one. That is Columbus Catholic, number 8 versus number 3 Marathon for boys basketball. 32-26, that game is delivering so far. And it should be a good finish, so if you want to obviously still watch this one on your laptop and then tune into that one on your phone, I would recommend doing that. That's going to be a good finish. Wittenberg, Burnham Wood, number 3, going up against Auburndale, currently 22-19 there at the halftime break. Neilsville and Assumption just recently started the second half. Neilsville 35-15 over Assumption. Assumption a very good team, but of course Neilsville not only is ranked number 3, they're number 3 in the 4th division, so worth noting there. And then Urbino Leona currently beating Pacelli in boys basketball 38-22 right around halftime there. But turning our attention back to this game, it's been a good one so far. If you're just joining us and are planning on just watching the second half, thanks for joining us now. And just kind of going over what you missed. Newman Catholic went down early in this one, 12-3, before a timeout was taken. And then after that timeout, just a flip was switched. Wausau East was dominating under the basket before that timeout. They were finding all kinds of ways to score, and then just like that, Newman Catholic got more aggressive under the basket. They were forcing up some bad shots from Wausau East, and it was also just kind of a combination of that, and also the good shots Wausau East were taking just weren't quite falling the same way. Newman Catholic started to take away a few more of those defensive rebounds. They started to kind of do that job and continue to fight for those jump balls throughout the first half, and then they started scoring on their end, and it was just kind of a combination of those things mixed with a few opportune turnovers. And just like that, it was really a point where they had tied it up. It was back and forth. It was 19-19 at one point, and then after that point, 16-3, they were able to outscore Wausau East in the last few minutes of the half. And so a momentum-based game that certainly could still swing Wausau East's way, but if they're going to be able to swing that momentum back, their key to a comeback here is they're going to have to find ways to get the ball back to Evelyn Tomey and a couple of the other players underneath the basket. They have a little bit of a height advantage, and when they get Tomey in good, advantageous position, she's able to spin off really well and put the ball in. And as well as putting her in good positions to get offensive rebounds too. So if they can attack under the basket and do a better job of finishing under the basket, I think they can potentially get back into this one, but they're going to have to stop Newman Catholic on the other end of the court because they're doing a fantastic job. Multiple players have been nailing threes. Claire Bodenheimer with 10 points on the night, 6 of those, I should say, coming from 2 3-pointers. And we see a very even spread throughout the rest of the way between all the other starting players for Newman Catholic, and obviously plenty going on off the bench as well. So Newman Catholic in the driver's seat right now, but still anything could happen. 13 points is not as much as you think it is in basketball. So a jump ball called here. Just like that, Wausau East gets the possession back to start off the second half. Jennifer Stout, head coach of this Wausau East team, hoping for this comeback. Katie Gitsch for the Newman Catholic Cardinals, hoping to hold. as this one was just kind of a miscommunication. Thrown over to Tomey, who did not see it. Didn't know the ball was coming her way, and it goes out of bounds. Aubrey Pent, the junior, has been commanding things throughout the course of this game. Doing a great job directing traffic, getting the ball to whoever is in the best position to score. As this one's now going to Glonecki into the corner, throwing away out there to Bodenheimer, who puts up the mid-range jumper. It doesn't fall, and it is out of bounds. Again, Lumberjacks ball. We're headed here into the home stretch of the season. Wausau East only has 6 more games after this one, as it bounces off. Glonecki with the rebound. As this will be a over and back, it looks like they called, or was it a carry? Either way, it's going to be Wausau East ball. As for Newman Catholic, they also have 6 more games coming up after this one. 2 of those final 6 are going to have to be against Assumption. They've been playing some good teams, like we've mentioned, in the back half of their schedule, and it's going to continue to be difficult for them. As this 3-point shot is taken, bouncing just out. Taking that 3 back up top to Aubrey Pent. Rozwadowski now puts up the floater. That one goes. She's got 7 now on the night.
Rozwadowski for 2.
Between the top 4, as this one is off the mark, all 5 of the starting 5 for Newman Catholic have scored in this one, and the scoring spread is 10, 8, 7, 6, and 3. So it just shows you how this team is able to spread the ball around. They're able to get opportunities to everyone. As this one now beyond the arc, Rozwadowski will get a pick from Glonecki and force it back out to Claire Bodenheimer. Now back up. Quick passes along the perimeter. Newman Catholic understands they don't have to rush things, as this is an and one called. There is Brianna Schultz, the senior.
Schultz for 2 with the foul.
She will shoot 1 off the 2 points. She's got 8 points on the night, hoping to make it 9 here. Second foul of the night for Sanchez Garcia. And it is a 3-point play. 40-22. Again, it was 19-19 at one point in this game. That makes it a 21-3 advantage for Newman Catholic since that point. 3-point shot is up, and maybe that'll jumpstart this Wausau East team. A Cone with a big 3 there. Driving in, putting up the shot. That one doesn't go. Two free throws are coming here for Aubrey Pent. And that is the second foul now for Elise Whetstone. First free throw is nothing but net. And just like that, Aubrey Pent's the second Newman Catholic player to get to double-digit points on the night. Into the corner, puts up the 3. That one bouncing off, the putback bouncing off, and Aubrey Pent fights for it. It'll be another jump ball. And it is going to be Newman Catholic ball on the possession arrow. And I do sometimes get a little bit confused about that rule, about where on the backboard it needs to bounce off of for it to be considered out of play. I believe that one hit right around the top of the backboard. I wonder if it has to hit a structure behind it or where it has to hit. Either way, Bodenheimer loses that one. It's grabbed. And now heading back down, Sanchez Garcia can't get it to go as Glenecki grabs it. Already 3.5 gone in the second half here on the NTC scoreboard. Aubrey Pent trying to force that one over to Rozwadowski. She's able to hustle over to it. Shakes off one defender now, and there's a little bit of a mismatch here, and then they will be able to get back. The shot is up though, and still good from Brianna Schultz. And she now leads in scoring for this Newman Catholic team. Cone nudging her players to the left and right, directing traffic, getting this one in, and a nice feed by Cone over to Tomey to get that one in. Tomey's got 7 here on the night. Aubrey Pence will get that one just kind of poked out of the ground there. She was able to, kind of an odd play there. It was dribbled to the ground and it was stolen right off of the floor. Ends up with a jump ball that'll bring things back Wausau East way, but a timeout will be taken. And we'll take one with them and be back here in just a moment here on Zaleski Sports.
Timeout, Lumberjack.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Back to Zaleski Sports. Connor Philippi with you. As Wausau East was able to win that last possession back, it's 44-27 with 13.5 to go here in the game. McCone with the 3, that one off the front of the rim as Schultz rebounds. She's been doing just about everything so far here tonight. She's got 11 points on the night and has been involved in pretty much every aspect of the game. Aubrey Pence in the corner, under a lot of pressure, but got it out to Claire Bodenheimer there. Up top, Brianna Schultz sidesteps one player, and then Aubrey Pence now up top. She will put it up and gets it to go off the glass. Nice play by Aubrey Pence. Player all over her and got the touch.
Aubrey Pent for 2.
Three-pointer now up, that one off the mark. Claire Bodenheimer rebounds that one. Under pressure, getting it to Glenecki. Back around to Rozwadowski, trying to get into Glenecki. Kind of an errant pass there as it's grabbed by Stumpner. And then that one will be out of bounds. A foul is going to be called against Rozwadowski. That's going to be the second foul, excuse me, the first foul of the half for Newman Catholic. 2 total fouls for Wausau East in this half. And that's the second for Rozwadowski. Really no player in foul trouble. Only 2 are the most for any one player on either team. 3-point shot is up, and that one bouncing off, and they're going to give that possession right to Newman Catholic. It hit that wire above the net. And so that's an example of one where you know that play stops. This one is chucked all the way over to Jankowski, who's in the game, by the way. Put up the shot, and Jankowski tried to fight for that rebound. It gets poked away, but it'll stay Newman Catholic ball. Jankowski, a sophomore, 5'7" for these Fighting Cardinals. Aubrey Pent, and now swung around. Brianna Schultz now makes the cut, and another nice move to the basket for her. Newman Catholic really starting to pull away here, up 20 with 11:40 to go. The three is up though and drained, as Whetstone says not quite yet. This one up on the putback does not go. We've now seen both teams. This one is back the other way quickly, and that one will find its way in off of Stumpner. We've now seen both teams starting fives all on the board so far tonight, as this one's overthrown. Wausau East trying to get some momentum back here. Sanchez Garcia got it up top to Kettleson. They take it around the perimeter all the way into the corner. A cone goes in and gets the and one. And it wasn't an over 20-point lead not that long ago, as Wausau East getting some momentum here, cutting it to 14. That one just off the mark, rebounded though by Wausau East, and the foul's going to be called against Newman Catholic. Almost wonder if Wausau East was hoping that wouldn't be called, because that was a wide open, pretty high percentage shot that Stumpner would have gotten there. But it will be a throw in here for Sanchez Garcia. I believe there should be 2 fouls for Newman Catholic. I think that's what they're discussing, and now it's back up there. Has 2 total fouls on the half, and actually they're going to add 3, so it's 3 total for Newman Catholic. That's the 3rd now of the game for Brianna Schultz. As this one goes up, 3-point shot, that one bouncing off. Aubrey Pent gets the rebound. Fed that one in, then back out to Aubrey Pent. He's getting a little bit of space here, and that one gets knocked away, denied there by Sanchez Garcia, as Aubrey Pent definitely felt that one. She gets up fine, but that's another bruiser there going to the ground. Glenecki is going to hold it, and a timeout, 30-second taken by Katie Gitch. We'll take another step away and be back in just a moment here on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Well, welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. We're going to take things all the way to D1, breaking down these top 10 lists. Wauwatosa East, 18-0. They moved up 2 spots up to 1. Arrowhead moved down from 1 to 2, 17-1 still. Waunakee, 16-2. Moved all the way up from 7 to 3. Stevens Point right here in this Central Wisconsin area is 6th in Division I. They're currently up 7 spots from where they were, as this one is up and good. Make that 14 points now on the night for Audrey Pent. And going to the ground there, and she is in some pain there as they're going to try and help her up, but she cannot get up, and they're going to take a look at her. And we are going to take a step aside here on Zaleski Sports as they take a look at her.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
Well, welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. As the good news is we see Addison Stumpner able to walk off on her own power, but obviously still in a lot of pain, and they're going to take a look. It looked like they were looking at the lower leg, maybe even ankle area on her right foot. So the good thing obviously is when you have a potential ankle injury and you can walk off the court. Hopefully that means it's not too bad of an injury, but obviously wishing the best for Addison Stumpner. Hopefully it is just a sprain or some sort of lower level injury, but of course I'm no doctor. As this one is going to be called a jump ball here. Wausau East has kind of worked their way back into making this one interesting. They were down by over 20 not that long ago. It's now been broken all the way down to 13. They're starting to kind of get back to the way they were playing back when this game started, but time is kind of starting to run out here, 9.5 to go. And this is kind of where continue to have these conversations about whether or not the shot clock should be implemented. I certainly am in favor of it, but this is what you see. You can have these teams kind of dribble the ball out and take as much time as they want. Of course, when you can drive down and score like Aubrey Pent can, that gets a little bit nuanced further, but you know, our fearless leader Jason Zaleski put out something about it the other day. I agree with his sentiment of it's really difficult to be able to transition from high school to college with the shot clock when you haven't been playing with it, and I think it would be a big benefit to the state for these high school teams to be able to learn how to play with it. As this one is going to be out of bounds. They're going to call it off of Newman Catholic. As coming in here is going to be Brianna Schultz. Glenecki will head to the bench. Brianna Schultz with 13 points on the night. It's been a horse race between her and Aubrey Pent. But we have multiple players. There's 3 players now over 10 points and 7 for Rozwadowski as that foul is going to be called. And the fact that so many players are able to spread the ball out, certainly something that Katie Gitch must be proud of with her team. You always want to see that you can rely on multiple different players and that the team as a whole can contribute in that way. As that free throw just off the mark, off the back of that rim, is heading in here going to be the Bodenheimers, Lillian and Claire. The sophomore Claire Bodenheimer is one of those top point scorers for Newman Catholic so far tonight. And the second shot is also no good here. Rebounded by Aubrey Pent. 10 points, like I mentioned, for Claire Bodenheimer on the night. Back the other way. This one is going to be defended well, but then the putback is good from Sanchez Garcia. Back to an 11-point game now. This is getting interesting as Wausau East continues to fight in this one. Rozwadowski now back up top to Aubrey Pent. Newman Catholic, I'm sure, is just trying to tone things down a little bit, get back to the way they've been playing. As this one now gets dribbled in, it's going to force a jump ball, and it is back Wausau East way. Olivia Cohn, the freshman, with 16 points so far here tonight. This one dribbled in, three-point shot from the corner. That one off the front of the rim, but rebounded there by Sanchez Garcia. This shot is now up from the top of the key, and it's good. Lila Hainish. It looks like they're going to call that one a long two, so she must have put her foot on the line. But still, within a single-digit deficit now, 9 points. Slowly but surely, Wausau East making their way back into this one, and now all of a sudden, 7.5 minutes feels like there's a lot of time still left to go if you're both of these two teams. Sanchez Garcia will throw it in. Up top, three-point shot is up, and it's drained. Oh my goodness, it's Whetstone, and it's a 6-point game. And this Wausau East defense now really trying to keep that pressure on. They have all the momentum right now, and they know it. Aubrey Pent up top now is trying to slow things down, but this relentless defense just continues to make it difficult. Aubrey Pent now drives in. She is going to draw that foul, and she'll head to the line. And will make it just the third foul, though, of the half for Wausau East. And this is the kind of interesting, gamey play. And it's another factor that we see as this one's up and good with this lack of a shot clock is when these teams can spend more time with the ball on their end. You start trying to foul a little bit earlier if you're down by a few possessions, and it's honestly going to be a point where sometimes you wish you had a few more fouls towards the end of a game. So we'll see what happens here with Wausau East only having 3. But obviously the way they've been playing on offense, just like that, a three-point shot. They prove my point with Whetstone. Another three-point shot for her makes it 9 on the night. 5-point game, and it's given right back. Sanchez Garcia can't get it to go, but the putback is good. Whetstone gets it to go. A full timeout is taken, and just like that, it was a 20-plus point deficit for this Wausau East team, and it is now down to 3 points. We'll take a quick step aside and be back here on Zaleski Sports.
This is my home. I've grown up here. My grandparents always took very, very good care of the house. They worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. You know it's a dirty job, a big job. When I went out there expecting chaos, and I just saw people on their hands and knees, like they literally picked up everything. Whether it was garbage they left or whether it was garbage that was there. It was a top-tier experience.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. And there was a couple points where I used the verbiage of Newman Catholic running away with it and game. I don't think I ever said the game was nearly over, but I was certainly starting to turn that way as it was getting to a 20-point lead with about 12 minutes left to play in this one. And just like this, Wausau East has gone on an insane run. They have just completely smothered this Newman Catholic offense, and part of it has been this full court press they're starting to implement. And just like that, it's a 3-point game. Aubrey Pent now takes this one. She's under pressure, double teamed. They're struggling to get it across again as Pent is now backed up. They have to get it across the timeline. He's going to have to just throw it across. They do get it across, but then it's stripped away. A foul is going to be called against Wausau East. And the Wausau East side of the court felt like they were at that point where it should have been too much time, but it must not have been quite yet. And so they do off that fourth foul. This one's now stolen away. Kettleson back the other way. She puts up the shot and it's good. It's a 1-point game. Wausau East so close to pulling off an insane comeback, and there's still 6 minutes left to go in the game. Pent now can't get it across. Again, Brianna Schultz is able to feed it over. And the feed back, it's good. Pent got it to Rozwadowski, and that time they're able to break out. Maybe that'll do something to try and change this momentum, as this one's off the side of the rim. Brianna Schultz is able to work out of that one. Now up top, Rozwadowski for three. That one bouncing off. Racing to it, can't quite get it. Good hustle there for Lillian Bodenheimer, but she does fall out of bounds. As Glenecki will come back in, and we see in the late stages of games, in close games specifically, Glenecki is a big factor because you got these sharp shooters like Bodenheimer, Rozwadowski, and Pent and many others for Newman Catholic, but then you have that presence of Glenecki under the basket, and like you see right there off the missed shot, the defensive rebound aspect of her being in the game is also huge. Trying to feed that one in, Rozwadowski couldn't quite get it as it's stripped away by Sanchez Garcia. Nice play on defense by her. Just under 5 to go here in the game. Back the other way, three-point shot is up, and it's drained by Olivia Cone. We are tied, 56-56, 4:42 to go. It's fed in now to Bodenheimer. Claire Bodenheimer works it in, now Aubrey Pent up top. Newman Catholic sees their 20-plus point lead disappear as Schultz will draw the foul. That makes it the third for Whetstone, as this one is up and off the mark. 5 fouls for either team in the half.
Timeout, Lumberjacks.
A timeout's going to be called by the Lumberjacks, and we will stay with you here as we've already thanked our sponsors, and we'll give you a look at some of the games going on throughout central Wisconsin. Right now, Colby and Stratford in boys basketball. Stratford currently up 54-35. As it's about 2 minutes left in that game. That one is all but over. The big one that we've been watching, Marathon in Columbus. This is the 8th seeded team in Columbus Catholic versus the 3 in Marathon. And we got all our cameras strung up there. We got the production crew covering that one with all the different angles. But Marathon up currently 59-46, as that one is a big game for both of these two teams, and it's a packed house, it looks like there. As for Wittenberg, Bermanwood, and Auburndale, about a minute left, 50-42. Wittenberg, Burnenwood trying to hold on to that victory. They're the number 3 team going up against a good Auburndale team. And it looks like it's now 51-42. They're in pretty good shape to hold on to that victory. 4:28 to go in the game. Newman Catholic trying to hold on. Second of 2 free throws is good. And so the 1 for 2 from the line keeps Newman Catholic in the lead for the time being. 14 points now on the night for Brianna Schultz. From the corner here, driving in, a Cone puts up the jumper. That one just out as Glenecki gets the rebound. Aubrey Pent, once again, you see the struggle to get it across the timeline. But you also see if they can get it across. They have some space to work with all the way across. And the travel is going to be called as Claire Bodenheimer hesitated for just a second, trying to get it over to Aubrey Pent. Another opportunity here for Wausau East. Sanchez Garcia up top, swinging it around, faking the three. That one gets ripped away. And a jump ball is going to be called back Newman Catholic's way. Well, if you tuned in and then tuned out in the middle point of this half, you're thinking you turned on the wrong game here. As Glenecki goes up for the shot, that one is going to be called for the foul. A little bit of a delayed whistle there, but going to the line is Glenecki now. 4-2 shots, 6 fouls now in the half for Wausau East. And with 5 fouls for Newman Catholic, it's looking like it could get to some free throws in the later stages of this one, as this first shot is off the front of the rim. Coming in here into the game is Stumpner, who, that's a great sign. She was in a lot of pain on that side of the court in the middle parts of this game, or in the middle part of the second half, I should say. She was having a hard time even getting off the court, and so great to see her back in. This one will get poked out, rebounded. So 0 for 2 from the free throw line gives Wausau East another chance here to retake the lead. Up top is Stumpner. Fakes that three, puts up the long two now, and it's good. Whetstone has been an absolute tear in the second half. This one is another turnover. It's taken away now by Stumpner, and then it winds up in Glenecki's hands in transition. Newman Catholic working from behind for the first time since the middle part of the first half. Going up for this one is Rozwadowski. What a shot to get that one to go. And you can tell Stumpner's still in a little bit of pain here running down the court. Obtained a check on that as she now has the ball. Newman Catholic back up top, but only by 1. 3 is up, off the mark. Brianna Schultz rebounds it. She's back the other way, but there's a lot of numbers chasing her. Getting this one back out, Claire Bodenheimer. Now Aubrey Pent drives. The feed for the mid-range jumper doesn't go, and it's rebounded there by Sanchez Garcia. And they will take things down a notch a little bit here, trying to slow things down. 3-point shot is up and off the mark, but rebounded by Stumpner. Up top now, Sanchez Garcia swings it around to Whetstone. She is the hot hand so far in the second half for Wausau East, as this one almost gets poked away. Now into the corner to Kettlestone. Kettlestone, is up top now. 3-point shot is up, and that one no good. Trying to bat that one back in. Addison Pent winds up with it. She gets it through traffic. Getting this one out. Claire Bodenheimer for 3, bouncing off. Rebounded though by Rozwadowski, grabbing it out of the hands, and then a foul is going to be called against Wausau East. That's going to bring things to 1-1. A big foul there with 1:47 to go in the game. Timeout's going to be taken here by Wausau East. So this sounds like a good time to give you just a little bit of a summary of what we've seen so far here tonight, because I feel like if you had tuned in the first few minutes of the game, you would have felt like, oh man, this is going to be that kind of game. You know, it was 12-3 right out of the gate. Wausau East all over it. And then after that point, Newman Catholic got it to a tie game. It became 14-14, I believe, and 17, and then 19-19 towards the end of the first half. And if you had tuned in there, you would have thought, man, this is going to be a really close game. And then Newman Catholic completely pulled away, getting up to an over 20-point lead at one point. And obviously, if you tuned in there, you would have thought it would have been a much different game. And now you're tuning in now. It's been a tale of 4 different point swings that has resulted in pretty much the same kind of game we saw towards the end of the first half. 1:47 to go as Newman Catholic maintains the lead, and they will shoot 1-and-1s here. They're still 2 fouls away from giving Wausau East the bonus on the other end. And we really haven't seen a whole lot of shooting fouls in general from Wausau East, just a couple of and-ones. Most of the fouls from Newman Catholic have been on the floor. Claire Bodenheimer, the one at the line. And it is up and rattling out. Rebounded by Cone. 1:40 to go in the game. Up and around now. Over to Kettleson. Whetstone takes it to the top. She puts up the 3, and it's good. It banks off the backboard. It's a 2-point lead for Wausau East. Whetstone with another huge shot. And getting this one, just able to keep it in. Claire Bodenheimer the other end, and that one's good. What are we seeing here on this Monday night? A back and forth affair here on Zaleski Sports as Newman Catholic takes the lead again. Under a minute to go. The 3 is good. A Cone with a 3 that time. Oh my goodness. Thrown out of bounds off the foot of a Wausau East player smartly there by Aubrey Pence to buy themselves some more time. 44 seconds left now. Another timeout taken, this time just like the last couple times. We don't dare go away because this is too good of a game. We will check in on one of the other games going on here on Zaleski Sports. We have a final at Assumption as Neelsville, the D4 team that Assumption went up against tonight, 161-27. As that was a solid game for Neelsville from start to finish. Wabena Leona going up against Pacelli. As that one just ended. Wabena Leona, the 12-2 team that's 6-0 in their conference. They win that one 77-49. That was always going to be a tough battle there for Pacelli. But coming off of this timeout, Newman Catholic down 2. They have the bonus. 44 seconds left to go. And this one is thrown away. Big mistake there as now Wausau East has the ball. Like I just mentioned, Newman Catholic has 5 fouls. As another timeout's now going to be taken by Jennifer Stout. So this is where it gets interesting because Newman Catholic is probably going to want to try and get an easy foul here because, again, they have 5. They need to pick up 2 more fouls to bring it to 1-and-1 shots. Obviously, they're still going to try for a few seconds here to try and steal this ball away, but it's going to be important for them to make sure they have that foul to be able to force those shots at some point. 39 seconds still, plenty of time to go when it's a 1-possession game, but that throwaway is going to really weigh on the minds of these Newman Catholic players. Olivia Cohen feeds this one in, under a lot of pressure there. Driving in, and not quite the jump ball there. Didn't have it for long enough, and that's going to draw the foul. And I think that's a good call there. It wasn't ever really a mix of who had possession there. They were able to rip it away soon enough for that to not be called. And so that is now the 6th foul. One more now will bring the ball to the line. A Cone tries to get this one out, and they will. Just trying to dribble this one away, losing it for a moment, getting boxed in, and the foul is going to be called before Glenecki could get her hands on it. That'll make it 3 for Glenecki on the night. A big 1-and-1 upcoming here. It is off the mark. Glenecki rebounds it. Life for Newman Catholic. 20 seconds to go. They're going to try and get it past the line under a lot of pressure, and a timeout's going to be taken by Katie Gitch. And Aubrey Pent, just for good measure, was trying to take it herself. So this is where it gets interesting because 17.6 seconds left to go. Wausau East is really pressuring on that side of the court, but it's kind of an interesting thing because you don't want to give up an easy two, because if Wausau East is not able to put that pressure on enough to force a turnover, then you might have some open space to potentially get a couple of good passes in, and you don't want, as the Lumberjacks, to allow Newman Catholic to put up a layup to tie this one up, but this press has also been so effective throughout the course of the night that it almost feels like they are confident that they can force either a turnover or force them to not get it across the timeline in time. So here comes the throw-in. 17.6 on the clock. They're going to break it out to Pent. She gets doubled. She tosses it out now. It's grabbed by Claire Bodenheimer, and now Glenecki drives in. She can't get it to go. It's blocked away, and it's out of bounds. And they're going to give possession back to Newman Catholic. That was a close one. 6.9 seconds left as checking in is Evelyn Tomey. Potentially the last few seconds of this game. Brianna Schultz to throw it in. Three-point shot is up, and it's off the mark. A foul's going to be called with 2.4 seconds left to go. What a chance there, as Newman Catholic got an open shot from the corner. Roz Wadowski tried to win it and couldn't quite get it to go. It's the fourth foul for Glenecki, and it is a 1-and-1, so if this is missed, they have to quickly get some sort of a shot off. And it is in. And you wonder now that you have that insurance of being up by 3, worst that can happen is a tie. I wonder if you just miss it here. And this one is missed. 1 second left. They are going to get it off in time, but it is not going to fall. Huge win for Wausau East. Stay tuned for our Merrill Steel postgame show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest and apply at merrillsteel.com.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capability.
All right, well, kind of a run and gun setup here and all the excitement. It's always when the mics decide to not do what they're supposed to do. But we're here for the post-game show. It was a huge victory here for Wausau East girls team as they get the win by 2. They were down by over 20 at one point, and I'm here with Jennifer Stout, the head coach. Obviously, that first part of what I said you don't always want to have, but you find yourselves down by that much, and you just never found yourselves out of it. And there was a lot of different ways you were able to come back. And obviously the pressure on the full court press was huge. Just talk about all the different facets that it took for this entire team to rally together and get this win.
Well, the first half we just did not shoot the ball well at all. We went to a smaller lineup. I think putting the press on was huge for us, and that's what we just kept preaching: get a stop, get a score, get a stop, get a score, and that's what they did. So it was neat to see them work together, not hang their heads down by 20. They're fighters, and it's neat. It's neat.
And absolutely. And one more question for you, because usually we only have one player that we interview after the end of the night. Honestly, we could have 4 or 5, and maybe even more. Yeah. When you see multiple players get over double-digit points, a lot of different players get on the board, it shows that you're a very well-balanced team. And when you see a lot of different players able to contribute, what does that mean for your team?
Oh, it means everything. And it's been a while since we've had that. So it's awesome to know when you're subbing in, you're getting the same thing as, you have your starters in. So it's really awesome to have that group of girls. They work well together. They all get along. So it's neat to see them. We're very young. So where you can go from here is exciting.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I'll hand things over here to the players of the game. We'll start here with you, Elise. I should be stepping down. I don't know why the tallest person's standing here. But congratulations, Elise. In the second half, you were just on fire. You were nailing threes from all over the place. You were scoring from all over on the court. Was there any one thing that changed, or what did you see that was allowing you to just go off in the second half?
I think it was mainly trying to put less pressure on myself and realizing that if I miss it, my teammates will be there for me, and that I've done this a million times before.
Well, thank you very much. I'll have you stand off to the side for just a second here. Of course, here with Olivia Ocone. And I was happy that I made that change at the very beginning of the game, because that would have been a little embarrassing. But Olivia, just talk a little bit about your game, because I feel like you are one of those players that is very multifaceted. You're scoring underneath the basket, you're shooting threes, you're getting some huge rebounds on both sides. Stopping Alexis Glenecki the way you did was not easy either. So just kind of talk about what it takes for you as a player to be able to do all the different things you can do on the court.
Yeah, definitely having my teammates with me has helped me a lot this year. I think I've learned a lot more to rely on them, and also working on myself and just putting in time out of practice to get that done.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'll have both of you stand here. I'll give you a 3, 2, 1, and I'll have you say your name, and then just say we're in the house, all right?
All right. Elise Whetstone.
Olivia Ocone, and we're in the house.
Right. Thank you very much.